You've probably noticed in the presidential debates and in the waning days of this critical election season that the attention of the candidates is fixed on that reportedly small sliver of voters, 1 out of 15 or 20 by most accounts, who still have not made up their minds. This swath of undecided or soft voters are the subjects of tens of millions of dollars spent pandering to their every demographically driven focus group tested preference. Forget for a moment that after almost 4 years of the Obama presidency, most everyone with even the mildest intellectual curiosity should know everything one would need to know about the incumbent, and that Mitt Romney has been in the public eye for much of the last 5 years, and prominently so over the last 9 months. So many of these undecided voters lament or complain that the candidates have not yet answered their questions or provided sufficient information from which they can base their decision. Really? Is it so hard to discern what Obama and Romney really stand for? One cannot help but be struck by the apparent unwillingness of so many of these undecided voters to lift a finger to find out more about the candidates at a time when a flood of information is available instantly and at your fingertips. So how hard is it to find out where the candidates stand on the major issues of importance to almost any voter? In 10 minutes divided equally between the Obama and Romney websites, which of course appear instantly in any search, I was able to read complete biographies and detailed information about where each candidate stands on the economy, jobs, taxes, energy, and foreign policy. And that doesn't even take into account the millions of other sites evaluating the candidates' positions. Is it too much to ask voters to invest 10 minutes of their lives, that's 0.7% of one day, in researching information on the two men who think they should be the leader of the free world at a critical time? It is always fascinating to me when people say, "I don't care about politics," as if the public offices won't be filled if that person doesn't care who fills them. Fact is, political junkies and know-nothings have the same one vote, and both will be governed and represented by somebody. America's founders built our constitutional republic on a foundation of one man, one vote. This was to serve as the antidote to no taxation without representation. They expected that the franchise they were granting to each and every citizen would be viewed as a cherished right, privilege, and civic responsibility, and they were betting that the privilege would be taken seriously, for they knew that if it isn't, we will elect nothing but smooth-talking demagogues and scoundrels appealing to the basest instincts of an unengaged, clueless population. But like so many of the founding principles that built America into the greatest nation in the world, that privilege has increasingly been ignored or taken for granted. Only about half of eligible voters actually vote. We live in an age of endless information, but precious little wisdom. Let us hope that those who are still undecided about this election will invest just 10 minutes between now and November 6th investigating just a microscopic percentage of all the information that is so readily available and make, if not wise, at least informed decisions.